and just breathe. And bring awareness to your breath. And let's start slowing down our breaths and increasing the depths of our breaths. So take a slower, deeper inhale and a slower, deeper exhale. If your nose isn't too stuffy this morning, let's inhale and exhale through our noses. And exhaling. On the next inhale, let's hold that breath at the top for a few counts and then exhale through the nose. So inhale nose, hold that breath, and exhale nose. Now let's feel the difference of exhaling through our mouth. And when you exhale through the mouth, see if you can make that sound, that deep sound of the ocean. So inhale nose, hold, exhale mouth. Inhale nose, hold, and exhale mouth. And you can just come back to your regular breathing now. I'm going to go ahead and turn my hands over and just in a place of openness. And I'm just going to invite the Lord to be with us during this time. Father, we just thank you that you are God over all. And we just invite you to be with us in spirit and presence with us. And we just surrender ourselves to you. And we thank you for this day that you have made. We thank you that we have breath. We thank you that we can move. And we just want to give our day to you. In your name we pray, amen. All right, on our next inhale, we're going to take a big breath and reach those arms overhead. Nice and big, and exhale and open them up. Let's do that again. Reach those arms overhead, big stretch. Shoulders come up towards your ears and exhale. I'm usually telling us to keep them away, which I do want you to on the exhale. But on the inhale, draw them up, draw everything up. Exhale, let it all come down. Now we're going to add a spinal twist. So just inhale and let your right hand come to the outside of your left thigh. And do it again. Inhale up, exhale to the other one. Good. Flow through that a few times. Practicing your inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. On the next inhale, I'm going to be on my first side again, and I'm just going to stay here for a moment. I'm going to take my right hand and put some pressure on my thigh, kind of gently push. A little resistance there, increasing my stretch. And then I'm going to relax. Now I'm going to inhale back up, twist the other way, stay here. hold your stretch. And release. All right, come back to the center. We're gonna open and close our heart and lungs from a back and a front move. So, you know, this is always one of my favorite stretches, usually at the end of our workouts, but we're gonna open up our heart, our chest, and then we're gonna stretch our back. So we always inhale when we open and we exhale when we fold. One more, inhale and exhale. We're gonna go ahead and come to our knees. So take it on all fours in your tabletop position and just kind of shake those feet out. Maybe do some circles with your ankles right here, each direction, loosening up those ankles. Now we're gonna take a circle with our hands, one at a time. So just take a hand up, circle those wrists, not putting too much pressure on the other one. And one of the ways you do that is you hold your abs in so that you don't have to sag into the end. So pull your abs in, just give me some wrist circles one way and then the other. All right, drawing those abs in again. Now we want to pull those shoulders back and away from our ears. Spread out those 10 fingers, tuck the toes under, and we're just gonna lift about an inch off the ground with our legs. So we're still in a tabletop. We've got our abs pulled in and we're just firing up the legs a little bit. We'll hold for 2 more breaths right here. And bring it down. Tuck those toes under, kind of slap those feet out a little bit. And we're gonna take some hip circles. So let your hips move back, kind of like you're going into child's pose, but not as far. And just circle to the right. And then we're gonna circle to the left. Good. Come back to the center again. I want you to take an inhale as you let your chest sag, let your belly sag right there, and then exhale, blow all that air out, and give me a big rounded position. So we're doing our cat and cow. So take your inhale and your exhale. Good. As you do this move, go ahead and exaggerate it. Feel your stretch in your lower back. See if you can, on your inhale, see if you can get a bigger stretch down. On your exhale, see if you can get a bigger rounded position. Keep it going right here. Inhale and exhale. Okay, on the next one, we're gonna go ahead and go into a downward dog. So I want you to go ahead and take your inhale in your arch position and then tuck those toes under and take it into a downward dog. We're gonna pedal those feet. So push one heel down at a time. One heel and then the other. Good, lengthening out your legs, lengthening out those muscles at the back of your legs. Now soften the knees, bend both knees, let your head be heavy, and just push back a little bit. Lift your abs in, push your hips down and back. Nice. All right, we're gonna bend those knees again, come back to our tabletop, and take it into a child's pose. So this child's pose, I have my knees more front. Need to take them to the outside, you can. Go ahead and walk your fingers away from your body toward the opposite end of your mat, toward the front of your mat. Walk those fingers up until you feel a nice long stretch from your hands through your shoulders. Now I just want you to shimmy right and left and come back to the center. Let your forehead drop. Let your forearms drop. Just take your breath again. This is a great place to go ahead and deepen our breath like we did at the beginning. So take an inhale up for 3, hold it there, and exhale for 3. All right, now we're gonna lift that head again and walk both hands to the right side of your mat. Give me a big stretch all the way from your hands through your hips. Take your hips and push them slightly to the left. So they're going to the opposite side of the mat. Hold that stretch. This one always shows me how tight my shoulders are. So I'm just getting comfortable in my place of uncomfortableness. This is the kind of pain that you want to learn to be able to sit in so that you can stretch that body out. And walk those fingers to the other side. And then take your hips slightly to the right. Hold that stretch. And back to the center. Let that forehead drop again. Take your inhale and exhale. All right, on the next inhale, we're going to tuck those toes under. We're going to exhale into downward dog again and pedal our feet again. Pushing one heel down at a time, one heel and then the other. Now come up high on your tippy toes and then straight back down. Soften the knees. We don't want to lock the knees. Come up high again, leaning a little bit forward and pushing back. This time as you push back, let the hips go back a little bit as well. All right, on the next inhale, drop both heels to the right side. Bring it up. Inhale, both heels to the left side. Let's do that a couple more times. Moving right and left. And last one, bringing it to the center. We are going to bring our feet, walk our feet up to our hands and lift all the way up on our feet for the first time. I'm going to turn and face you, but you can stay at the front of your mat. Big stretch. We're going to drop a hand and reach over to the side for our side bends. Big inhale, big exhale. Stretching. Oh, that feels good this morning. Big stretch. Now on the next one, I'm going to take that W with my arms, squeeze my glutes as tight as I can so I protect the back, and I'm just going to open up right here. So I'll show that to you from the side. You don't really need to see it probably, but if you want, you do it with me. On the big inhale, we'll do our slight back bend. Pulling up. Let's flow through it a few more times. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And squeeze the glutes and thighs and open up. Good. On your next exhale, you're going to take it down to a forward fold if I don't fall over. All right, down to your forward fold right there. Look at your legs. Now, lift halfway up, hands on the shins. Pull those shoulders back and drop it down again. Lift all the way up again. This time we'll do our wrist pull. So give me a pull with one wrist, gentle pull with the other. And then if you're okay, grab a thumb. If it's not good for you, you can put your hands here as a base of support. But Not to lose my AirPod. Or you can take a thumb and give me your back bend stretch. Again, those glutes need to be squeezed tight. Then forward fold, halfway lift, bring it down again, and all the way up. Good. Okay, from this position, we are just going to go into our warrior one. So you're on your right foot. You're going to step back with that left foot. So you're lifting tall right here and just kind of sink into your warrior one. Try to have all 10 toes on the mat. So not letting that back foot, good, not letting that back foot roll. Lift it up again, nice and tall, and we'll go into warrior two. On warrior two, you want your arms straight out. You want to pull your abs in, slightly tuck under. Good, warrior two. And then we're going to drop that hand down. Take that top one. Now your front knee is staying bent right here and looking right up at your ceiling or sky. Awesome. Getting that nice tension in the legs, the good kind. Pulling in at the abs. Now we're going to just cartwheel our hands down by our and open up into our dragonfly stretch this morning. Holding here. Let that back toe drop down, or knee drop down, back toe. And go and walk that front foot out a little bit to the outside of your mat and take the hand that's in the air and put it close inside by the other hand. Again, we're going to try to keep those front toes all on the mat. So we're trying not to let the foot roll. Just hold this stretch. Lift up that upper body and breathe. We're staying in some of our positions just to deepen our stretch this morning. Holding here. Feel a big stretch in that left hip flexor and quad this morning. And breathe. All right, we're going to tuck that back toe under again. Now fire up those legs so you can come to a plank. Nice, tall hands, tall on your hands, pulling your abs in, squeezing your glutes. It's our first plank of the morning. Shoulders directly over the wrist. Pull your abs in. And then we are going to do what we call take our vinyasa. So we're going to lower, if you want to drop your knees down, that is great. We're going to lower down all the way, tuck the toes under, and lift up. If this is too much on your back, you can go to your elbows. So you do not have to be on your wrist. It may be too much of a stretch, even though we have been warming up our back, which is helpful before you do this kind of move. Okay, we're going to tuck those toes under again, take it into downward facing dog, pedal those feet, push and push, and come up high on our tippy toes and drop those feet to the right, up high on the tippy toes, drop the heels to the left, up high on the tippy toes, and push them back. Bend the knees, drop the head. While you're in this place, go ahead and just release your neck. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Push back through the hips. Feel a good stretch in the glutes and thighs. And then we're going to walk our hands this time toward our feet. Walk your hands all the way toward your feet. Give me a big stretch up. So kind of doing it a little slightly different than we did before. Grab a wrist, pull over, inhale, exhale, other side, back bend however you choose, squeezing your glutes, nice and strong. Now this time we're going to step forward with the left foot. Last time we stepped back, and stepping back is a little bit easier. I want you to lift up nice and tall and sink into your stretch. Good. Now lift it up and we're going into warrior two. I know I have my backside to you, but I know that you're doing good. I trust you on this one. All right. Drop that back hand down. Look up at the sky. And cartwheel those hands down. Right by your foot. We're going to open up into that dragonfly stretch. Nice and big. That looks great. How about those front toes? Are they all on the mat? If you need to, you can go ahead and drop that back knee down. I know there's a lot of fire in the back leg right here. Now we're going to take that hand inside the foot. You can inch that foot out a little bit and just hold this stretch. Drop that back knee down, tuck the toe under, and feel the stretch in the right front of the leg. Holding here, maybe look in front of you as you breathe. You might notice one side is easier than the other. Just holding your stretch. Releasing that side. I know we work hard so many days, so we really need to lengthen out these muscles, take intentional time. Wow, that was a big boat that went behind me. I bet you saw it. Okay, we're going to tuck those toes under again, lift that back leg, and take the front leg to meet the back in your high plank. Squeezing nice and tight. And we're going to take our vinyasa, lower all the way down, tuck the toes under, lift up right here, and take it back into child's pose. This time in child's pose, we're going to take our knees to the outside of our mat and open up our hips some more. So knees to the outside, walk those fingers as far forward as you can get them. That looks good. Now just let the forehead go to the mat. And we're going to come back to our breath. To go along with our prayer this morning, I was thinking of the verse, "This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it." So it's a great time to just say thank you for this day. It doesn't mean that everything in your life feels like something you want to rejoice about, or everything in your day may not feel like something you want to rejoice about. But our attitude shifts, our mind changes, our perspective changes when we do look to the Lord and away from our own problems, our own issues, or just being overwhelmed with our own problems. He wants to hear about them. He wants us to talk to him about them. But we don't want to just dwell on them. All right, in this place, we're going to shift it slightly up with our butt. Take our right hand, reach it all the way up, and reach it under. So your right palm is facing the ceiling or sky. Mine is facing the sky. And I just feel the stretch in my shoulder again. Good stretches for the shoulder this morning. We'll take a couple more breaths here. And we'll switch sides. Take that right arm back overhead. Lift the left arm up nice and strong and take it all the way under. Feeling your stretch. Left palm is facing up. And bring it back to the center. Sit back with your butt again. Feel the stretch through your arms. now we're going to bring it back to our tabletop place again. Back to your tabletop. All right, from here, we're just going to do a few bird dogs. Extend out long, left arm, right leg. Bring it in. Extend out long, right arm, left leg. Reaching in opposite directions. Just reach and reach. You got it. Nice and strong. I like to just throw in some strength moves in between our flexibility moves. Keeps our core fired up. All right, now extend the right arm and the left leg and leave it there. And we're gonna give that crunch on that side. So take your right elbow, see if you can actually get it to the outside of the left knee. We'll flow through those. Let's go 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Put both hands on the ground again. Inhale, exhale. And we'll do the other side. Reach out nice and long. We don't want to hyperextend our neck. So keep your head looking down or to the side. Reach out long and pull in. Good. We're going 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Hands down. Inhale, exhale. Let's do a few cat and cows. Just release tension in your core and your back. 1 more. And we're going to tuck those toes under into downward dog. Lift it up again. Pedal those feet again. Pushing them down. Soften it up. Bring it to your plank. Nice and strong. And take your vinyasa all the way down, all the way lift. Now this time, when we come out of it, we're actually just going to move into, so however you like, into a nice seated pose. So just come to your seated pose like we started, right? Yeah, so come to your seated pose right here. Now we're going to take that right leg and extend it out from our seated pose. So lengthen it out. Now lift up as tall as you can and reach over. I'm turning my body toward my foot, giving a nice gentle pull. Reach back up, drop that hand right behind you, and give me a stretch. We'll flow through that a few times. Reach up, take it front, give a nice gentle pull. Reach up, lift and stretch behind. As you stretch behind, slightly push those hips forward. Gotta check, keep flowing through that. Okay, I had to check my time. Sorry about that. It's hard to see in the nice little bright sunshine out here. Inhale and exhale. Good. And on the next one, just stay in your front stretch. See if you can gently bend the arms and gently pull your chest toward your thigh, holding there. Holding steady. And bring it up. Bring those legs in front of you. Just give them a little shake out. And we're going to go to the other side. So pull that right thigh in as close as you can with the leg bent. Take the left one out to the side right here. And we're going to inhale up and exhale. Oh, this side's tighter for me. Inhale back up, drop my right hand back and give me a stretch. Inhale up, exhale front, inhale up and push forward. It's funny, on my tighter side, I notice the tightness both as I go forward and as I push my hips right here into my back stretch. So you might be like me and have a tighter side of your body, or maybe you don't, which is awesome if you don't. Good. We'll do one more. Take it back to really push those hips forward, dropping back. Big inhale, face your foot. If you can't grab, I should have said this earlier. If you can only grab right here at your shin or something, that is totally fine. Grab where you can and gently pull down. I don't have near the range of motion on this side that I do on the other, just much tighter. But we're trying to be comfortable sitting in our uncomfortableness, right? Okay, gently pull a little further, increasing your stretch. Holding there. Oh, yeah. All right. We're going to come out of that. Now we're going to lengthen out our legs. I don't care which way you face on the mat. Shake those legs out. Bring the feet in. Lift the hands. I bet you know what's coming. We're going into our boat pose. Lift the legs in this place. And we came to a place of strengthening in between our stretches again. Pull those abs in. Drop the shoulders. Now we're just going to lower for 2 counts and bring it up for 2 counts. Good. Lengthen out and bring it in. On the lift. Might be counterintuitive to what you think, but I want you to practice it. So you're going to inhale as you extend down into our canoe and exhale as you lift up. Let's do that one more time. Taking it down and bringing it up. Place those feet down. That was good. You guys did awesome. Nice work. All right, we are going to lower all the way to our back. Keeping our feet down, we're just going to slowly lower. So this is a big core move as well, I'm sure you'll notice. Keep your shoulders dropped. Keep the tension away from your neck. Keep it all in the center. And bring it all the way down. Feels good. Lengthen out those legs. We're laying down. Reach overhead. Tall as you can. Okay, we're going to walk to sides of our body. So my right hand is going to reach away from my body, and my right toe is going to reach away from my body. My left one can kind of contract a little. And then I'm going to the other side. So let the opposite knee and arm bend as the other one stretches. Stretch one side as long as you can, and then the other. Good. 2 more times. Big stretch and big stretch. All right, release it. Now, on our next inhale, we're gonna pull the toes towards our body, lengthen out the arms, big stretch, and then as you exhale, I want you to start pulling your elbows towards your rib cage and lifting your chest up at the same time. And then lengthen out again. Pull the toes towards you. Take your inhale, exhale, elbows come down like that W we did, right? And you lift your chest. Do it again. Reach as tall as you can. This time I'm going to point my toes, pencil stretch. Point them down and lift. All right. Bring it just back to a relaxed place. Inhale, exhale. Now we're going to move into some more stretches for the legs and the back. So I want you to go ahead and gently reach for that right thigh. If you need to, you can take a towel or strap around your leg. We're going to inhale, exhale, and pull it in close to our body. Holding here. So we warmed up our hamstrings, the back of our thighs with those forward folds, with our downward dogs. Now we are trying to increase our stretch past the point that hopefully you did last time. Different days are different. If you have inflammation in your body this morning, if you're feeling that, Maybe from something you ate or drank. Maybe from allergies outside, different causes of inflammation in our body. But when that happens, you're going to feel it in your stretches as well as you do in your workout. Gently pulling in closer. I like to give a little resistance occasionally with my hands. So let's do that together. Push away on your hands and then release and pull closer in. Now you should notice, we've been holding this for a while. You should notice that the stretch, your range of motion, well, actually your range of your stretch right here, of your angle, has decreased because the stretch here has increased. Your hamstring stretch has increased during this time. Okay, we're going to go ahead and just relax that. Take your right hand inside, hopefully your right lower leg. If you need to do the upper leg, you can, but don't put it on the knee. Take your left hand, put it on the hip, keep it down, and just open up right here. So both hips need to be facing the sky. Both sit bones are on the mat, opening up. Now I want you to bring it right back up. Take the left hand above the left knee and keep both shoulders on the ground and gently pull the thigh over to the opposite side. Look your opposite direction. If you were in our workout yesterday, we did a lot of strengthening exercises in our hip area. So you may feel a little tight there today. This will be a good place to just sit in. All right, keep that right leg crossed on top of the left. Go ahead and bend the left leg up, and we're going to pull both knees over to the right side. Now we're in a back stretch. Keep both shoulders on the mat. If it's too much for your back, just uncross and let the knees just both gently fall to the right. Holding your stretch. Keeping that right leg on top, but letting the knee slide out a little bit. Let's grab that left thigh in our number 4 stretch. Pull in as close as you can. Take the right elbow, push away on the right side. Holding here. I like to roll slightly toward the left hip as I push away on the right thigh. All right, we're going to uncross. Let that right leg extend out. Lift the left one up. Now we're going to sit in this place for a bit. So inhale, exhale. Just pulling in nice and close, holding your stretch. Let's give some resistance. Take that thigh and push hard against your hands. Take the hands and push in, pull in. And release, increase the stretch. That leg doesn't need to be locked. If you're super flexible, you might be able to totally extend that leg. But the main point we're stretching is from the butt to the knee. So just be comfortable with being uncomfortable in that area as you stretch. Pulling in a little closer. All right, take the left hand inside the lower left leg. Take that right hand, keep it on the hip to remind the hips to face the sky and open up. All these birds are flying overhead for me right now. I just had the thought that it would be really uncomfortable and awkward for me if one of them chose to poop on me at that moment. I could really practice what I preached about being uncomfortable, huh? All right, take the opposite hand above the knee, gently pull it all the way over, and you're gonna look the opposite direction. You're feeling a good stretch in the hips and the back. Coming back to the center, keeping the legs crossed. Oh, before we do that, cross the legs a little more, that's what I meant to say. And gently pull them over to the left and look over your right shoulder. Now, it's okay to let this hip come up this time, but you want to keep both shoulders down. So you have a good stretch in the back. And again, if it's too much, just uncross the legs. We're bringing it back to the center. Keep those legs crossed. Left ankle slide so it's right above the right knee. Grab your right thigh. Pull it in nice and close. Roll slightly toward that right hip bone. Take the left elbow. Push away on the left thigh. Just hold the stretch. Breathe. Let's take one of our slower, deeper breaths. So take a big inhale for 3 counts. Hold at the top for 3. And exhale for 3. Now uncross. We're going to pull those thighs in as close as you can. Slightly release them. Do that again. Pull them in. Slightly release them. Now take those feet up. We're going to grab our big toes for Happy Baby. We'll also do it a different way in a moment, but first we're just going to grab our big toes, rock it right and left. This is probably super entertaining for the fishing boat that's passing by. Now we're going to take our kickstand out one way and then the other. Take it to the right, take it to the left. Woo! I'm falling over on that one. And change your hands to the outside of your feet if you can. You may not be able to get them there. That's not very easy for me either. Some of you, it might be super easy. Just hold here and give a slight rocking motion. So my hands are on the outsides of my feet and I'm rocking right and left. All right, grab those thighs again, pull them in close, and we're going to extend out our legs. Take a big breath. Extend the arms out, palms up. Now just let your feet relax. I just want you to breathe. Close your eyes. Inhale, exhale. We're in our final relaxation pose. As we're finishing our time together, we are actually going to go from the top of our head down to our toes. So I want us to practice moments of thankfulness. So think about your head. Start with your brain. May not be functioning the way you wanted to exactly, but let's be grateful that we can think, that we can use our minds, that we can change the way we think. We are not bound to what we have learned, what we have been taught. We all have some faulty thinking. We can change that. God has given us the ability to increase not only in intellect, but also in our emotions with our brain. Changing from that place of seeing the negative looking at a place of negativity into a place of positivity. All right, let's go from our brain through our head, being thankful for our senses. This is a time when, during this season of COVID, when people are struggling with their sense, when they get that with their sense of taste and smell, that, wow, it reminds me to be so grateful that I can smell, that I can taste, that I can see, that I can hear, that I can touch. Be thankful for your senses. Let's be thankful for our, we'll go ahead and move into the middle of our body, just for our core. Our cores are strong, sometimes not as strong as we want them to be, but a good base of support for our body so that we can bend to the side, we can bend forward, we can bend backward, we can rotate our body. We have strong hips, strong glutes, strong thighs. We have knees that work. Maybe they're not just as good as they used to be. Maybe you've had an injury. But you're still able to bend, straighten those knees. Moving on down the legs into our feet. Those feet that don't get much love, we're so grateful for them. They support the body, they give us our base. Maybe we could take time to give them a little rub out today, near the end of the day. All right, let's roll to our sides. And gently push up back to where we started in our seated pose. Take a big inhale. When you get there, we'll exhale. We'll do it again. Big inhale, exhale. And on the next one, put your hands together, your prayerful place, bring it to your heart. And I just want to say I'm thankful for each of you starting this day with me. This is a day the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. I am thankful for the day, and I'm thankful for you. Have a great one.